But, I would like to invite, I know we don't have a specific person from each group to share, but if anyone just as a general would like to maybe share what their experience was. Ronald, I see your hand.
Yeah, I'm the old crusty guy, so I want to say that everybody in my group, I'm very, very impressed at their tone, at their attitude, at their concern, and there was great potential for all of them. They're great, they're awesome, and I just want to say I'm on a pink cloud now.
Thank you for that, Ronald. Really sweet of you. Trin, and then I see Zarian.
Yeah, I just wanted to say everybody in the group was awesome. Most of us got to facilitate. I think we did a excellent job. I mean, I can't imagine it going any better. We got to share some really serious stuff and we were supportive of each other. So I think we're all going to be great peers.
Thank you. And just before Zarian, I see in our chat, these breakout rooms are a lot today. Yes, I know they are quite a lot. So we're going to be wrapping up soon. Hopefully you get some more time for your day. Um, Richard said, I think everyone did great. And Devin says, Trin, Rosemary, and Steve were fantastic group mates. And we had some amazing shares and lovely facilitation. Thank you all. Nadine also says, everyone did great in my group as well. Focused and jumped in and facilitated really well, listened well, and were engaged. So, Zarian, I'll go ahead and give you the floor if you'd like to share anything.
I would say I learned about my group, about our group, that we are our kids is like our motivation for real. And it was just a good experience just talking about our kids together, like bonding off kids and why we shouldn't relapse and why we do what we do now.
Thank you for that share. Oscar and then Shanekta.
Yeah, hi. It's actually Jeremy, but I couldn't
Oh,
change
sorry.
my name, so it's Oscar for today. But yeah, my group. I just wanted to comment on the three people I shared the group with and how fantastic they were and honesty and just the experiences that they shared really impactful and to me that what our little group was like was that was a great group. That's what I think a group is in my mind. That's what a group looks like that is supportive and honest and productive, a lot of insight. So thank you to everybody and to my group there. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you to you especially, and you all for engaging. Like I said, this is a lot. We're having a lot of groups, so I appreciate you all pushing through it. So we have Shanekta, and then we'll give Louis the floor, and then yeah, go ahead.
Mommy. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. No, my group was really dope. And I would have to say we kind of banked off the question of unhealthy relationships. And we all just realized an unhealthy relationship is not just with a person. It can be with, unhealthy eating, unhealthy habits. So we really touched on some really good stuff. So my group was really, really good. And you guys are dope.
Thank you. And Louis, before I give you the floor, I do also want to open, were there any challenges with facilitating, things that came up, anything to work on? But go ahead, Louis.
I have to. I really wanted to say this, man. I got to really give a shout out to the group that was the three gentlemen that was selected with me because it was such a positive and meaningful moment for us to have. And I took a note on something, and I got to give a special uh, shout to the gentleman Ian because he said something that impinged me. It stuck with me, and I'm gonna do a journal about it. He said, "What makes us, the way to set the proper boundaries is for us to communicate." Not man to woman, not man to man, but when we get to a point, you take it another level and you communicate human to human. Not black, not white, not male, not female, not I'm communicating with a person that is homosexual, or I'm communicating with a female, or I'm communicating with a person that's not the same race as me. He said something that I really, really enjoyed. Like I said, I put it in my journal about communicating human to human. And also one other thing, another gentleman said, where we mess up, where we as the individual mess up is, our expectations. Zoom dad group. Alexa, stop. Is what our expectations, and I thought that was really, really fascinating. And those guys were really, really cool. They were really cool. I had a great group.
Oh, thank you for your share, Louis. I see Monica, then Victor, and Christine will be our last share.
Hi guys, I had the privilege to have an all girls group. So being in an all girls group, it was just wonderful because we went off the topic of we answered the unhealthy and healthy ones. So and we also got tips on how to keep a marriage. How to stay,
Period.
right, how to stay on a long on a long marriage. So I'm very grateful to have heard their stories and be able to share with them.
Thank you for that share, Monica. Go ahead, Victor.
Yes, I had my group. It was Mercedes, Edith, Valdez. We were all they were in my group, and we just spoke about health, how to maintain healthy relationships. What is a healthy relationship? And we just hit like key points like honesty, accountability, patience, boundaries, and what would be an unhealthy relationship, and it would be like lack of communication, manipulation, and whatnot. And so it was like really opening. I really enjoyed sharing with everybody, facilitating, and hearing everybody's opinions on how to make everything better.
No, thank you for your share, Victor. I'm glad, one thing I'm seeing, everyone is having a good time with this and being able to learn about their peers and from their peers. So that's good to hear. Christine and then Erin will let you be the last comment for today.
Hi. Hi. So yeah, we each chose a topic, and the first topic was healthy relationships. The second one was self-care and recovery maintenance, and challenges that parents in recovery meet with their kids. And so there were really good topics. Everybody had something to say on it. We all had a lot of similarities in our lives on each and every one of those topics. And so it was really nice to hear everybody share about it.
Thank you. It's nice to have those conversations. I know I've did this as part of CAPS and it really was a just an opportunity to be real with people, right? Like we always think about the context of peer support, but sometimes it's good just to know someone on a human level, right?
100%.
Thank you for that. And Erin, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought that I was like clever by rewriting my own healthy relationship questions, and Rodney came in with like a whole new perspective on the topic and did like um what happens when you stand back up after you've fallen down, right? And it was a very intimate. It was just a couple of us, and it was really, really like vulnerable, and it was really nice to kind of have a moment where it was just like talking about our raw experiences about like being sober or being a dope fiend or like what that looks like now. And so I was really impressed with the questions that he came up with, like in a group setting with like a larger um group. It probably also would have just been really like the questions were really like thought provoking for sure.
Yeah, thank you for that share, Erin. And with that, talking about like really insightful things that people mention, I don't know about for all of you, but I know sometimes when I'm thinking about facilitating something, the conversation can steer in a completely different direction than what I thought it would do. And that's because as we're sharing, people are coming up with things, right? And things are clicking, things are starting to, connections are being made, right? And so I think the most important thing as a facilitator is your adaptability, your ability to, hey, read the room. Are people, you know how we talk about the board participant? If everyone on the screen looks like a board participant, it's not them, honey, it's you. Let's change this up. Let's do something different, So it's about reading the room, what the participants need, and, kind of adapting on that. So thank you all for your shares. And again, I know it's been a lot, so I'm gonna try to get you out of here quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of this presentation. Give me 1 second. All right. So we just want to address tips for managing challenging behavior. We know that you all were phenomenal participants. Sometimes things come up. People are in bad moods. People aren't always putting their best foot forward, right? So when this happens, we encourage you, your first responsibility is to the group as a whole, right? Make sure that you are to protect the entire group and make sure that everyone feels safe. You take a deep breath and acknowledge, right? A part of the gathering guidelines, addressing things that are affecting us, right? Addressing the elephant in the room and bringing it forward. Be curious about what's prompting the difficult behavior, right? So if there's something going on, let's not make an assumption that someone is being disruptive because, excuse my language, they want to be an asshole, right? Maybe there's something deeper going on. Maybe there's something that you have absolutely no clue about. And if you would have just talked them, hey, what's going on? You would have had insight, right? So I know we're people, we have biases, but don't project your bias onto other people and assume that you know their situation. Just ask and have that conversation. Also, use the guidelines for giving feedback. Use your best active listening skills, right? When we're listening for the feeling, what has heart and meaning, what they're bringing forward, regardless if they're yelling at you, if they're cussing at you, if they're not using productive language, right? And also start your interventions at the lowest level of intensity possible and raise as behavior continues, right? So we're not going to escalate a situation where we could have just had a conversation and made smaller moves, if that makes sense. All right. Uh, so give me one second. So now for the creation and preparation of groups, I know we each were able to create our own groups, but when we're thinking about, hey, peers and other things moving forward, these are questions that we should ask, right? Is there a real need? What's the group's purpose? What do you want it to look like? What's the name? Is it closed? Is it open? What day do they meet? What time? What location? For how long? And what are your guidelines? So these are just examples of different things that we should consider when we are creating these groups. Next, we have outreach, outreach, and yes, outreach. So, when you have groups, you could have the most amazing group that 100 million people would take and enjoy. But if you don't outreach your group, if you don't know how to market it, if you don't know how to get people that information to know, hey, this resource exists, then you could have an amazing group that only has one participant, right? So there's also an importance of marketing, right? You can use flyers, social media, personal invite cards, emails, follow-up calls. And let me also say, you yourself are your own marketing, right? Let's say you're out in public at a store or whatever, and you make a connection with someone just being genuine. You could also be like, hey, there's also this opportunity for you. I have a group if you're interested in this. So there's always an opportunity for outreach. All right. Um, quick little, quiz related to to the test because we all know we're trying to prepare and pass this test. So if I can please have a volunteer read the scenario and the potential answer responses.
I'll read. A consumer has been spending the last few weeks joking around and not taking groups seriously. How would the peer support specialist support the consumer? A. Tell the consumer this is not a laughing matter. B. Request to be reassigned to a different consumer. C. Encourage the consumer to look into a profession as a comedian. D. Continue to stay focused on the consumer's recovery goals.
Okay, so either by a show of hands, you can say out loud, or you can type in the chat. Do we think that it could be A, tell the consumer that this is not a laughing matter? Okay.
Mm,
B, request to be assigned to a different consumer. Okay. C, encourage the consumer to look into a profession as a comedian. And I know we have a comedian on deck here.
It's
All
so funny. I feel so poked right now because I sure was gonna say, "Hey, tell them." No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, exactly. I could hook you up. And then D, continue to stay focused on the consumer's recovery goals.
I think D is
So,
definitely the answer.
yeah, I think it's
I
something
think
that we
A
all
and D.
A and D. Let's see what A. Tell the consumer this is not a laughing matter. Well, let's see the reveal. Okay, drum roll. Sorry, that was kind of embarrassing. The answer is D. Um, Now, D is continue to stay focused on the consumer's recovery goals. I think maybe the reason why it wouldn't be A of telling them that it's not a laughing matter, because I do understand what you're saying. Like, if someone is sharing something and they're laughing, like, hey, it's not really appropriate to be laughing at this time.
Right.
But we also want to consider that sometimes people laugh in traumatic responses, right? I don't know about you, but I'm like,
Some people use
so
some
it's not okay to
That's
tell
true
people
too.
what they
Yeah.
should and shouldn't do. And also, I don't know if we've heard of the acronym PICS. PICS, has that come up yet?
Hmm.
No. Okay. So
Uh-oh.
person-centered, inclusive, collaborative, and skill-based. So really, a clue to some of these answers is focusing, is it on something that we're telling them to do, right? So like for instance, saying it's not a laughing matter, we're telling them don't laugh, essentially, versus the other answers that are more focused on the individual. So, is that clear? Do we have any questions on this?
No, that was clear. Can you scroll down a little bit more to,
Yes. Oh, the
yeah,
answer
there
and the
we go.
reasoning.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to read that also with you.
Yes. So they draw from like, I don't know, the book of why it's important. So it's KSA Dimension 3, the interpersonal skills. Practice self-awareness to ensure that an individual's resiliency and recovery maintain the focal point of the peer support relationship. The rationale
Nico,
for the answer is that this is the best option as it refocuses on the consumer's needs and wants, right? So it becomes person-centered on that and their goals. All right.
I feel like
Well,
that's a
I
tricky question. I hate tricky questions. Like the
yeah.
D. Because it's
Nico, can
like,
you reiterate what KSA stands for?
KSA, I'm sorry, I do not know. Helen, do you happen to have that information?
I do, and guys, we gotta pay attention. We talked about it yesterday. It's knowledge, skills, and ability.
Mm.
Okay, so those are the realm that you need to know.
I had to be fair. I was here yesterday and I did not pay attention to that.
No,
So
that's okay. I didn't mean to make it sound as snarky, but
no,
it's
no, no,
like,
no, that's
oh.
okay. But yeah, okay. So that's what it stands for. And yeah, well, that pretty much concludes. If we don't have, I do want to open the floor for questions, but that does conclude our presentation today. Again, I know it was really lengthy, so I hope that you guys can engage in some self-care and get away from the computer screen if possible.
I'm sorry,
Let's
I
see.
do have a question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I posted a bit about it. That Behavioral Health Committee is meeting in downtown LA tomorrow. Tomorrow. And there's like a coordinated effort to have as many people there as possible. I don't know if anyone else is planning to go. I was, but I won't be because I'll be here. I was just curious if anybody is aware of it. First of all, it's kind of important. It affects like the next 3 to 5 years of mental health planning in Los Angeles area. Nothing?
Oh, I actually personally wasn't aware about that, so um, we can definitely share information on that. I do think it is really important.
Yeah. So, if anybody ever wanted to contact me, it's my name at Gmail. Simple.
Put it in the chat. Laura, please put it in the
Yeah,
chat so
of
people can
course.
see it written out.
Okay.
But I will say Project Return, which is the training, we're under their umbrella as CAPS training. We are aware and we have representation on the implementation task force for the new switch that they're doing, Laura, the switch from
Yeah, in
MHSA
July.
to BHSA.
In July. Right. It starts July 1st.
So yeah, okay, yeah, but so I would encourage people to look that up. What we will do is maybe tomorrow we can bring some information to you. They are looking for peers, they are looking for involvement, and they are definitely looking for input. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for
That's
sharing
great.
that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's an important thing. Please comment if you can. Just share your story, whatever your greatest concern or goal is. Like, it's so important. If you don't feel seen or heard, speak. This is the time. It's the time right now.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Helen, I believe you had an announcement, right?
Oh, I do. I have an announcement from Georgie. She is still waiting for your official name for your certificate for some students. So if you haven't done that, please get that to her. I know it's early, but the time really goes by fast, and you'll need to upload your certificate to register for the exam. So please get it to her when you can.
Thank you, Helen. Anthony, I do see you have your hand up if you'd like to share.
Yeah, I was just looking at the assignment due on Thursday, but I don't see it no more. Basically, what was happening was it provided some links to cut and paste, but it wasn't allowing. It said link not available,
I was
and our another
say
one went to blank.
I was gonna say the
Okay.
same thing. All the links have errors on them for Thursday morning's homework. So whatever Anthony's
Okay.
saying, I got the same thing.
Isn't that
And
Okay.
can tell us which class it is. Do you know
I
it
think it's
which?
role of consumers and family.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
We're gonna go
look
ahead and
it
take
up.
a look at that. Maybe Helen, we can send an update because to be fair, I do have to go through and upload the things for tomorrow since I will be teaching that class tomorrow and I haven't taken a look at it. So maybe I can take a second by 5 p.m. We should have an update. Maybe Helen can reach out to the class. And of course, if there continues to be technical issues, I mean, it's not your fault if you try and it's not, popping up, but we would still want you to do the work when it is ready. Helen, do you have
So
something to say
yeah,
on that?
yeah, I was going to say, so don't worry about it. If it's not in the portal, you're not going to be able to find it.
I
So
added
I'm
it on
hearing
the
that.
chat because I opened
Oh,
it
Okay,
thank you so
yesterday.
much, Cynthia.
I think it was
great,
just
great.
us reading the timeline, right, in the history of peer movement, and then we're gonna have a discussion tomorrow about it. I
Yes.
kind of read the notes, so I put it on the chat if anyone is having issues. Because when you click the link, it doesn't go directly to it. You have to like highlight, copy, and then paste it. And then it was opening for me.
Okay. Ronald, I see your hand.
Yeah, as you all were speaking there, I got an email from Georgia reiterating for me to make sure that I submit the assignment. I'm not behind on anything, but um, I will be trying to do that after the meeting because last time I tried to go from Zoom to the student portal, I got booted out and I had to call Georgia to get back in. So what am I saying? Uh, Whatever you guys can do to make this happen so Ronald can do his homework. Thank you, Anthony.
Yes, thank you for bringing that to our attention, Anthony, because we do one thing on the instruction and on the instructor's end, but we don't always see things the way that you see them, right? So thank you for letting us know. We're gonna try to fix that and again give you an update by 5 p.m. today. That sound okay, Helen? Do we have anything else for that?
Sure, sure. No, that's great.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Shayla, I see your hand up.
Yes, so the update, are you going to be posting it on the announcements?
We have announcements? Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah,
On the
there's an
student portal?
announcement section of the portal. Yeah,
Okay, so it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be
So we will.
My portal's empty.
Or will you be reaching, you're going to like send an email? I don't know.
Yes.
Just so I
So
can
I
be
just
aware
want,
of
it
it.
sounds like a little confusion. So I just want to let you know that some of the material it sounds like has not yet been entered. So you're not going to find that. It will be entered by the end of day today. And we do have an announcement section on the portal, so we will put it there.
Okay, thank
Okay?
you.
Does that cover everything? Okay, good, good.
Thank you. If we have any questions or if we need help, feel free to stay behind and talk with us. But we do want to say for the general group, you are free to go. But again, stay if you have any questions or additional comments.
Thank you so much for today. Have a great
Of
day.
course, thank you all, much appreciated. You guys were awesome.
They
All
said we're
right.
supposed to be having like a quiz tomorrow.
No quiz. It's part of pre-work, I believe. Just things that you should look at beforehand so that when we start instruction tomorrow, you kind of have a basis for it.
So the three links that be right there, like click on the three.
Yeah, we're gonna send you an update. We're gonna review it, and again, we're gonna send in an update in the announcement section by 5 p.m. today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, if you have any additional questions, reach out via email to Helen or your instructors. Laura, I see your hand.
Just from the networking perspective, I noticed that Helen sent us a link to go to the peer connection networking place. It says we have to add people, but I don't know everybody's addresses. Is there a place we can opt in and share one another's info? I shared mine, obviously.
Sure. So in the student portal with your picture, everyone's email is posted there.
Okay, so I have to toggle back and forth. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, just wanted logistics. No worries.
Thank you. You guys have a great evening.